Hello, conscious manifestors. A very happy new year to you. And to start this new year, I wanted to make sure that I address some questions, some issues that you guys have on a regular basis and still have questions about it. And I've noticed this again in my last live. And by the way, if you haven't watched it, many people loved it. So make sure you watch it after this video. So what I want to address is really two things. Number one is the belief of separation, feeling that you are separated from anything out there, including people. And the second one is the issue of free will. What does it mean when we say that people don't have any free will? And what does it mean when we say that you are not separated from anything or anyone or any desires you might have? So, without further ado, let's get into the video right after this. So one thing that I have noticed is that you hear those cliche phrases in this community, such as no one is separated from you, or there is no separation, or people don't have any free will in your reality. You hear those sentences, those phrases, those cliche phrases, but they really don't mean much to you at all. So today I wanted to clarify two things very clearly so you could never be confused about it ever again. So when we say there is no separation, what does that mean? Well, it means that nothing, absolutely nothing that you are experiencing in your life is outside of your consciousness. That doesn't exist. You can only experience in your life what is part of your consciousness, what you are conscious of, what you are aware of. What you are not conscious of and not aware of will not and cannot be part of your external experience. This is why we are saying that there is no separation. And this goes hand in hand with the fact that people in your reality don't have any free will. Why don't they have any free will? Because there is no separation. Meaning, whatever you believe about a person, whether or not it's based on so-called facts, whatever you believe and keep on believing about a person, about themselves alone and about themselves towards yourself, will manifest in your reality. So that person is going to keep on being whatever it is that you believe about them, and they are going to keep treating you whatever you believe that they are treating you or behaving towards you. This is why we say that people don't have any free will. It doesn't mean that they are puppets that you can manipulate. You don't manipulate people. Or rather, should I say, they are manipulated in your reality according to your beliefs that you have about that person. And again, as I said, about that person in regards to you. So this is why, because you are not separated from people, what you believe, what you feel, what you assume about a person, no matter who it is, this person has no choice but to reflect that on to you. So, to take our dear old SP story, when you believe that your SP is a certain way, for example, that your SP hates you, doesn't want to see you, doesn't want to contact you, doesn't want to be with you, you are expanding that into your world, into your external experience. And by law, that has to affect your SP, who he or she is not separated from you, in the sense that in your world, they can only be what you believe that they are. A very, very simple example is when, let's say you are with your specific person and everything goes well, but for some reason you sank into a state that is not favorable, a state of neediness, a state of I'm not good enough, some kind of a negative old story, old personality type state. That person of yours, he or she is not going to do it on purpose, but will, most definitely will start getting distant towards you, starting to see you as you believe that you are, seeing you as not good enough, not pretty enough, not smart enough, not whatever enough, right? According to the story that you are creating in your mind. So, for example, something that I see a lot in this community are people giving a whole lot of free will to their SPs. Like truly, truly thinking and believing that they are a certain way and that they think a certain way outside of your own imagination. When you do that, you only create that illusion, because it's all illusion, guys. So you are creating that illusion that becomes fact in your external world. Therefore, SP seem to have a very much so free will and act on their own accord. But it's only because you keep reacting and believing and assuming that they are a certain way. This is why reacting to whatever they are doing, to whatever state they are in right now, to whatever version they are in right now, it's really not the thing to do if that version is not what you want to experience. This is why you must learn to stop reacting. Know what's going on as feedback. Yes, okay, I'm getting a very bad feedback here that I do not like at all. Therefore, I shut the door to my world of senses. I shut the door to that unwanted version, and I go within and I imagine the version of my person as I want to experience it. If you do that, there is no doubt, not a shadow of a doubt, that your SP is going to change. His or her behavior is going to change and match, guess what you are imagining within. When I say imagining, it could be a story, a movie, an affirmation, whatever story you are telling yourself in your mind in the form of inner talk, affirmations, inner conversations, or images, or all together, as usually the brain constructs very well naturally anyway. What you imagine inside is what is going to reflect outside. What seems to be outside anyway is only the reflection of your inner self. And your specific person and everyone else is only a reflection of yourself. So if your SP acts like a jerk right now, look at yourself. What have you been doing lately? Who have you been inside? What have you been entertaining about yourself? Is it an old story? Is it something that you do not want to be anymore? If that's the case, you need to cut that off and start imagining telling to yourself a new story. The new story about you and the new story about SP all together. Start telling yourself the story that you want to experience, basically, and stop reacting to the unwanted. Because the more you react to the unwanted, my dear friends, the more you are going to get it. That's just it. As I mentioned in my live, Neil Donald Walsh said, God doesn't know the word no. It's always yes, right? And that's very true. Whatever you are saying to yourself, about your SP, about your job, about money, about the whole world, is always yes. Right? SP is a jerk. SP doesn't want me. SP doesn't love me. I feel ugly. I have a hard time keeping money. I can't make a lot of money. I hate my job. All those things that some people are telling themselves, unfortunately. It's always yes. Yes, you're right. I'm ugly. Yes, you're right. SP is a jerk. Yes, you're right. SP doesn't love me. Yes, you're right. I hate my job. Yes, you're right. People hate me. Yes, you're right. It's always yes. The law cannot say no. This is why the law works so well when we understand that and that alone. The law, God, whatever you want to call it, which is the same thing, doesn't know the word no. It's always yes. So this is why you have experiences out there, success stories of people who have completely shifted from poor to riches, from miserable to amazing, you name it, because the law, not being able to say no, once you change your story from I am poor to I am rich, I am ugly to I am beautiful, I am single to I am married, whatever, the law keeps on saying yes, right? So once you get that, you get everything. And for this new year, if there was only one thing you need to remember always, is that the law, God, your inner man, doesn't know the word no. It's always yes. So even when you are saying SP has free will, the law will say yes and give you plenty of proof, illusional proof, but still proof, right? That they have free will. So they will seem to be acting completely opposite of what you want. Because again, the law will never contradict you. Never, never, never. This is why Neville said that an assumption thou false, if persisted in, will harden into fact. Whatever assumption, whatever assumption you might have, that assumption doesn't care about logic, because logic doesn't even exist. But that assumption has to prove you're right. So again, to recap, there is no separation. No one and no thing is separated from you, because everything you experience in the world of shadows comes from you. Who you are, who you believe that you are. This is why nothing is and nothing can even be separated from you. And no, people don't have any free will, because in your world, good, bad, or neutral, they can only reflect what you believe and assume. I hope this was helpful, guys. If it was, please First of all, subscribe if you are new here. If you've not subscribed yet, even if you're not new here, and give me a thumbs up so this video can be seen by more people who desperately need to see it. And also comment if you are ready for a better, amazing year, this one and the ones to come. Say so in the comment. Let us know what is it that you are going to manifest this year. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye for now.